or maybe like 2018, something like that. You did like a little video where you talked about yourself and you touched on the depression.
Yeah.
And you had said that that a young lady had reached out to you because she saw the video and was, you know, happy that you spoke on it. And I just, you know, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about that, because there's a lot of people, up and coming artists and stuff like that try to get into the business, and sometimes they have no idea what they're getting into. And it seems like nowadays there's nobody even, you know, like there's no such thing as artist development and stuff like that. It seems like. So, you know, how do you equip someone that's trying to get into the business as a producer or an MC, whatever it is, to be prepared for what's going to get thrown at them?
Well, you know, the times definitely have changed from back then to now. The laws even changed. So, you know, if I had, if I could put the times now to back then, I'd be happier than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
'Cause, and you know, just got to be smart. The only other thing that I was reckless. I just had fun. Like I said, I came out of prison. I was having fun. Like I was trying to make up for time, like a dummy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But today, y'all got so much access to doing the shit the right way and cutting out the middleman where nobody could fuck with your shit
That's true.
and make millions. The whole shit is know your back office, know your infrastructure. Like, and I do consulting now for artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I get paid for it. Niggas pay me. I guide them through their situation and help them with it. But there's processes. You got to think about it. If Def Jam just say, if they signed you today, they'll say, "Here, we're gonna pay for everything. Here's your budget. Go to the studio. You gotta be at the studio here and there. You need a car service. Here's your car service. I just need you to make hit records. Don't worry about the rest, right? But the rest they don't tell you is the infrastructure part, the back office.
Mm.
That's where your coding gets done. Your registering your records with all the paperwork, your split sheets, everything. All that shit get done, and all that shit costs money. And if they had to do that back then, what does an independent? Why you think you don't have to do it now?
Right.
If
Right.
you
Right.
just did them back office parts, niggas would be filthy. Everybody would. There's so much talent out here now. But a lot of niggas just don't know that. They just think, all right, let me make a video and throw it on YouTube and I'm gonna be famous. Or let me make a video and throw it on CD Baby, on SoundCloud, on this and that. They don't know to promote it. They don't know to register with Harry Fox. They don't know to do their BMI. They know the BMI ASCAP a little bit. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But then they don't know the other part to, you know what I'm saying? Just all the registration parts and the
Right.
coding and the rest. You know, own your own code so you can get your money coming directly to your bank account. Niggas don't understand that. And if I had to tell anybody this, y'all got it made today because all y'all need to know is that part, and then you don't have to worry about nothing. Now NFTs is in play,
Yeah.
which changes the game again now. So now it's like, nigga, I don't need nobody,
Mm.
but you still got to know the back office part as an artist, or at least have team members, niggas that's on your team that understands the back office part, the infrastructure. Have somebody to do the paperwork for you. I'm not paperwork savvy.
Hmm.
I can make a beat, I can mix, I can master, I could hold a camera, shoot music videos, I can do all that shit. But when it comes to the paperwork, I got to get somebody else to do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's.
as
Mhm.
an artist, you need if you don't like doing that part, you just want to rhyme and make records, make them. But you gotta have that other shit in place.
Mhm.
If you don't, you hustling backwards,
Right. 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 Right.
like backwards.
Right.
That makes sense.
All right. At
Right.
this point, I want to run through some of your discography to let people know some of the things that they may not have known after all these years. If you can take us back to the DMX placement, his first appearance on the Onyx track. Were you there? And did you see the star power in him right out the gate?
Well, I knew about DMX because Irv was the A&R at Def Jam for Onyx Project. So anything when Onyx submitted records, it was Herb they had to be submitted to, and he was the A&R at Def Jam for the Onyx last album. So when me and Irv figured out that I made music, he he said he was telling me, yo, I got this artist, DMX, this nigga's nice as fuck, boom, 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 boom. And I heard like Get At Me Dog before Get At Me Dog came out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I knew all of this stuff, but when Onyx did the record, Herb suggested that DMX get on it. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
that's how that happened. Herb took it to him still. Like I don't even think he was in the studio, if I remember correctly, with all of us at the time. But I wasn't there and seen. What was I? I think I was for that one. But it was so many nights in that goddamn studio, long fucking nights. Back when you was young, man, you stayed in the studio from fucking 9 in the evening to 7 in the morning back then. You know what I'm saying? This shit was crazy, but
Right.
I don't exactly remember. I just know when Herb was playing him in the office at Def Jam, everybody from Leo to Kevin, he played that blast that shit. The whole Def Jam go crazy. Like the nigga had that star power from early, son. Like,
Right.
yeah, he been great from early, man.
Can you take us back to landing on DJ Clue's album, The Professional?
Damn, that was a whole nother era in my shit. That's when God Bless the Dead. I really been in this business and niggas know it. Like Chris Lighty, God Bless the Dead, managed me there. That's how I managed to get on the Violator and the DJ Clue through Chris Lighty. And Chris Lighty, like Chris managed me, Puff managed me for a little time. You know what I'm saying? But how I got on the Clue shit, uh, that was definitely through Chris and Eric Nix. You know what I mean? Shout out Eric Nix, good dude. And he managed me too for a time. Like, yeah, I freestyled the shit out of this industry when I was like, I was ducking paperwork like a motherfucker. I don't know, man. I don't know. And look, I'll be honest, that shit works out good for me now. Might be 20, 30 years later, but the shit's working out good for me right now. But
Right.
the Queen's Finest record, that's one of my, like, I'm very proud of that record with Nas. You know what I'm saying? On the Violator joint.
Right.
No, the Violator joint was on no, Nas record was on no, that was on
Professional.
Clue joint, right?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was on
Yeah,
Clue. Clue. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh yeah, that was through Chris Lighty. And Clue,
Right.
Clue from my neighborhood and Duro. And a lot of dudes don't know that super engineer Duro was one of the illest engineers back then, did everybody's shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my manager that was before her, she managed me, Duro, me as a producer, Duro as an engineer, Pat Viala, if you're familiar with Pat Viala, the engineer, Brian Stanley, the
Okay.
engineer. She had the top engineers in the business.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we all came in together and we was cool. So, Clue and me had a relationship through all of that too as well.
Right. You also produced what's considered DMX's biggest hit, What's My Name? How did life start changing for you after that song took off?
Okay. I had already did the Onyx, Smith and Wesson, Ja Rule's both albums. And then fucking Irv placed me. Now, mind you, Irv placed me on Ja's albums, and he placed me on Fat Joe, on my Fat Joe thing, and then he placed me on X too. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
he told me, he said, yo, he said, if I get you this placement, you have to sign this Murder Inc. contract. He said, if I do this stuff, you gotta sign the Murder Inc. I already got you on job and shit and all that. But if I get you on this DMX, get you the DMX placement, you gotta sign this Murder Inc. I said, as long as the contract is cool, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So the contract wasn't good.
Mm.
So, but he said, once you get the DMX record, it's going to change your life. He told me that. He said, it's going to change your life. You already got these records that you got bubbling, but once you get this DMX shit, it's going to change your whole life. And it sure did. You know what I'm saying? From that point on. You know what I'm saying? When he got the placement. Now, do I agree with the way things happen with the paperwork and all that in the middle of that? No, I don't agree with it. Do I agree that Herb was very instrumental in putting me in the positions? Yes, I do.
Mm.
And he deserves
Okay.
something for that because he put me in the positions. But as far as the contract concerned, and I expressed this to him back then, like I didn't fuck with the contract.
Okay.
And, he didn't like that. And then it went on and I said, hey, I already got the placement now, so I might as well just keep rocking. So then that's when I did LL Cool J. I did Music Soul Child after that. I did Bone Thugs and Harmony after that. I just was rocking after that and the shit just was coming. Actually did the Fat Joe shit after that. The Bone Thugs. I did a whole album on Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That opened the door to a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess in a way, the contract not being a good one was sort of a blessing at the same time.
It was definitely a blessing. Don't let me front. I can't even front. It was a super blessing. You know what I'm saying? Now, would it have been in a perfect world for me because Herb was my homeboy
Right.
and his family is I know his family. Would it have been a perfect world for me? Is him saying, "Give me a good contract"? I'd have signed the Murder Inc. We'd have been rocking from there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had mad hits that came out after the X record, like some of the Shanti shit. I didn't get on none of that because I didn't sign the contract.
Mm.
And I wasn't Murder Inc. So I went my way, he went his way. Now, it would have made more advantages for me if in the perfect world, the contract was okay and I would have been down with them because I wanted to be down with them. I knew them. I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
So I felt comfortable there. You know what I'm saying? But
Gotcha.
it just didn't go that way. So.
I'll leave it to Uncle E. You got any questions about discography that you were interested in?
Well, I just want to know were there any artists that we might not know that you worked on that doesn't come up, let's say on the discography if you looked up, whether they were underground artists or even just maybe I know you even worked with what was it, Ron Isley?
Ron Isley on Jaws album.
Right. Okay, that was with Jazz album.
Daddy's baby girl. I'm in that video too. In the video,
Okay.
me and my daughter. That was my first born. I got her tell her she in that video. She 24 now, but that shit she was a little girl. But
Yeah. Or what about even outside of hip hop? Like, was there any artists that you worked with in a
yeah,
different genre?
like I said, Music Soul Child.
Right.
Um, I'm looking at my plaque. It's 50 million worldwide. And I'm just looking at it.
That's nothing, right? Little 50 million.
Yeah, small 50 million. That shit ain't shit. Fucking like I said, Clue, Cameron, Dipset, and them. That was a good era for me.
Okay.
Like me and Cam got a great relationship, and I fuck with Cam from the first album, even before that, just on some street shit. Because the studio I had in Harlem was on 145th and Lenox, and it was notorious. It was a notorious studio. Niggas would come in that building, and shit was just didn't go right for some niggas if they didn't do right. But the studio made a lot of hits come out of it. I actually did the What's My Name record living in Harlem. That record in 145th. Method Man, I worked with Method Man on a record called The Show. That's my nigga. Sticky Fingers, I did his whole project, his whole solo album. Not
Right.
the whole thing, but I did a lot of joints on that joint.
Did you get a chance to work with Biggie at all? I know you did stuff with like Junior Mafia.
Nah,
No.
I didn't. I did shit with C's and C's my nigga and all that, but
Right.
I didn't get a chance to do nothing big. I wish I would have.
Okay. What
I
about Tupac? You did stuff with the
I
Outsiders.
was close to getting to
Uh,
Tupac. I was this close, but
yeah.
then when he got shot, I was actually in the building when that shit happened.
At Quad Studio.
Yeah, I was in the studio then. But studio, and then my man got shot with him and all that other shit. But that's another story. Um, I would have loved that work with Tupac and Biggie. Like I said, I worked with Pun, which was a wonderful experience. Um, my Come Through record, Noriega and Styles P, that was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
huge record. And I remember hearing I did the Dipset Santana's Town. Dipset,
Oh,
what?
Oh,
wow.
you did that one?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
yeah. This Santana
Oh man.
Santana set. Who
Yeah.
you with? Joe said, yeah. But
You
I
see
remember
that's
being in
that
Cheetah Club. I
cheetahs.
remember
Yeah.
being in Cheetah Club, and they played that record. The whole club went crazy, nigga. That feeling was one. It was feeling too. That shit. The whole club went crazy already. But I
That's a
did the.
song. That's a song that I thought Jewels did.
No, that's me. I'm
Yeah.
on the credit.
Damn, that's
I'm
crazy.
on the credit.
Nice.
Um, the Santana did said who you with? Then I did Cameron. That's me off of the SDE album.
Okay.
I did Cameron Shake Something.
Mm.
Shake something. And then I did
Yeah.
the
Wow.
Come Through record. Evening is the time of day. What to
Yeah.
do? I come through. Yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah.
And then the Bone Thug. Bone Thugs is more like Midwest, West Coast.
Hmm.
So more of my records is known on that side with
Okay.
them,
I
more
got you.
so
Okay.
than like the East Coast shit. But me and them is like this to this day. Like them is like my brothers too.
Did you
Then
see the
I
verses?
actually, huh?
Did you catch the verses with them?
Yeah, I was hyped for that. That's good. 'Cause I knew Busy wasn't gonna have none of that shit. You ain't gonna invite him to his thing. Busy don't give a fuck who the fuck you is. He gonna get down. He always been like that. And if anybody Bone Thugs followers, you ain't gonna just fuck with Busy any kind of way. Period. Period. The rest of the niggas, Wish how I met them was through Wish.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Busy, no. You ain't doing that. That nigga gonna act like that every time. He don't give two fucks. You're not gonna violate. That was a violation in my eyes.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Violation. But he handled it the right way.
Man.
You know. I did Chino XL.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, I did some shit on Chino XL. Big Pokey from Texas. I don't know if niggas know the Texas shit a little too much. But I was working with Little Kim at one point to do some stuff with her. And then the Biggie remix album, Puffy had flew me down from Miami to work on the Biggie. They were doing the remix joint, the second one,
Okay.
but I didn't make on that. But he flew me down. I did a lot of work in Daddy's house, but I didn't catch nothing for it.
Right. So let's kind of there's two other things I want to ask you about. I know you had started the ELPD TV. Is that something
Mm-hmm.
you're still involved with now?
Yes, that's my television network, my own personal television network.
Okay.
So what I did with that, and it was in beta at the time, and I'm actually revamping it now since the new year came in. I'm gonna make a whole new front foot and everything.
Okay.
But I want people to understand like media and content is going to more leaning towards the OTT network type of situation. And if everybody understands, OTT is like over the top network. That's more like the Hulu's, the
Okay.
all the other stuff like that. Not like Netflix and the rest of that, but the stuff that you could just watch. Now everything you can watch from your cell phone.
Right.
But OTT is basically cell phone and iPad movie shit and network shit, where it's not traditional NBC, ABC. Oxygen, all the rest of that is like network.
Got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But anybody can own their own personal network, run to their website, and run your content from it. The key to it is doing your own marketing, your own promotions, like they would do, like I said about putting out your music. So
Mhm,
I figured out a way to actually own my own television network and
mhm.
actually give credit and actual views to the artist video from YouTube. So
Okay, so
with
uh-huh.
my network, if you shot a video, right, and I
Mhm,
do a video show or any kind of content, you will upload it on YouTube first,
mhm.
right? Either make it private or public, whichever one you gotta do is preferably public. So because you want the views and be able to monetize at the same time.
Right.
All I do is take the link, your personal link from there, and program it into my network. Now my network is 24 hours a day. It runs 24 hours a day. So as many times as I put your video in there for spins, you get them views every time the view come around.
Mm.
So well, go back to your video, which
Right,
then
right.
runs up your views on YouTube.
Wow.
Legitimately,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
not no bullshit. So when I before the year ended, I'm just down for revamping it right now, and it'll be back up February 1st. But the way I was doing it and it was working out is dudes is paying me to get on the network. They shoot a little bit short money, but then you getting all these views coming back to your music video.
Mm.
Then I did music videos. I got a music video channel. I got a hip hop music video channel, a R&B music video channel, a Latin music video channel where it just play all Latin. I had a food channel, a gospel channel, and then I was working on comedy and other genres in it. But my shit, I can have up to 60 channels, run 24 hours a day flawlessly in 4K.
Wow.
No glitching, no nothing. From my website. And I got analytics to show like this shit is just some different shit. But I have my own television network I run from my website.
Wow. Okay. So
Mhm.
you said that'll be back up in February?
February 1st.
And is that the name of the ELPD
It's
TV?
ELPD TV and Self TV.
Okay.
SELF TV. But then
Nice.
each channel got his own name, but the actual name of the network is ELPD TV.
Okay. So
Mm,
we'll be on the lookout for that, man. That sounds
good.
really interesting.
And
Well,
stay on the lookout.
definitely.
The Dogman, what I got happening in the future is the
That's next.
Dogman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm so hyped about that. That shit is like,
Can you talk,
that's my baby.
talk to us a little bit about how that whole thing came about?
Yeah. Well, my man, Born Genius, he was one of my artists back when I was in Harlem in a group called Apocalypse. So
Mhm.
I did a whole album on them. And then recently he called me about in October, September. I haven't spoken to him in years, but he called me and said, Yo, I'm working with a producer and a director that's got DMX's last movie that before he passed, his untimely death, that he acted in and he got all the parts to it. He said, Would you want to be involved with the soundtrack? I said, Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he put me on the phone with
Mm,
Antonio Simmons,
okay.
who's the producer, director, and the owner of the whole movie. Which the movie is shot already, but since I came into play, now we're gonna do more parts. You know what I'm saying? We about to go back into production in the middle of February. But
Wow.
um, I'm in charge of the score, the whole score of the movie, and executive producer over the soundtrack. That's separate, which is the music and then the music in the movie. Now I'm an executive producer on the movie.
On the movie.
Yeah. So, and I might be acting in it. We try to
What?
Wow.
if, if a nigga get a slot, you know. But
Man, talk
um,
about those Shadyville guys, man, knowing
hey,
how to move, bro.
hey, Queens get the money, man. That's all I know. I don't know about the other shit. Queens get the money. But I'm very like this is like turned out to be my baby project. It's Tony's baby. It's Antonio's love project.
Right.
But me and him is like this. And to speak about Tone, Tone been with DMX since the beginning.
Okay.
Tone been down with Rough Riders and DMX since the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
but there's some clips on my page and on Antonio's page. You'll see X and him as real close friends. God bless the dead before X passed. They was real close friends. Tone's from Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
But Tone is a very good dude, bro.
Mm.
Solid dude. The movie is an action movie. The shit is crazy. I've seen the clips. I can't talk too much about it. And the soundtrack, we got A-listers on the soundtrack already. You know, we got up and coming artists. You know what I'm saying? On the shit already.
Yeah.
And it's like real production. It's not the shit that's happening today. I'm actually making niggas, when niggas submit me songs, they can't be songs that already been placed or they niggas put up on YouTube or SoundCloud, none of that shit. I
Right.
need the stems so I'm doing this traditionally. So
Yeah.
when niggas send me and they send me something, oh, it's mixed already. Well, I need the stems, so I could go when it's time to mix and master the whole shit. I need that shit sounding exactly the same through the whole shit. Like I'm not gonna have a mix down that you let Michael Jackson mix the shit and master shit and the shit don't sound. You know, God bless the dead too. But
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna like some niggas don't know how to mix. They got good records, but they just don't, in the sound quality, I have to make this shit sound. So like I said, I got a lot to prove with this, and I'm very excited. Like we getting a lot of buzz with this movie. There's a lot of people want to be involved from everywhere. Like we have a lot of sponsors, like A-listers, like I said, is in it, B-listers. And me and Tone talk every day, man. Like we just talked a second ago. Like we really excited about this project.
Something like that's involving, DMX. Was there anything, coming from that camp as far as like a Swiss Beats or, were they trying to like, when they found out about the movie, were they trying to get their hands in there somehow or?
I mean, the politics with that whole movie is Tone and X had their own relationship.
Mhm.
X and Tone did a contract for the movie.
Okay.
So before his untimely death, there was a contract in place
Okay. Gotcha.
directly with Black Eye Entertainment and DMX, Earl Simmons. It didn't have to do with Rough Riders, Swiss, nobody else. It was a direct contract with X and it. And X's, and from what I understand, X's estate know about it.
Okay.
And it's direct with Tone. So nobody's else involved. Tone is the only owner and got permission to do the movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Directly.
Right.
Now, do other dudes want to be involved now? They see the momentum happening. Did he give opportunity to some of these dudes to get involved in the beginning? Yeah.
Mm.
Did they do it? No. But the momentum's moving now. So now, it's the snowball effect.
Right.
The momentum's happening now. Now everybody's like, yo, that shit's hot. Yo, we see the Pro Bowl. And we getting shit from everywhere now. From people that didn't.
They
So,
didn't see the vision at first.
the double dutch shit.
Yeah.
Niggas be like this. The roast be
should I
ringing.
should I jump in?
Waiting
Not
to
yet?
see the jump. Should I jump in? No, this ain't double dutch, nigga. You know?
Yeah.
So, to answer, I can't say nothing. I don't know how it's going to fall in the end. All I know is I'm the executive producer of the soundtrack.
Then and you said you have something to prove though, but what exactly do you mean by that? Like why do you feel that you have something to prove?
Goes back to our beginning conversation with this whole thing.
Okay.
I never jumped out
I got you.
to play the situation. So my name got lost in the mix of shit. my proving point and what Tony always tell me, he said, yo, I got you, is I gotta show before I die, I'm 54, man. Before I die, my whole thing is I got all these kids. They, and I'm gonna be straight with y'all. My kids be like, all right, dad, you produce this, that. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
dad to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like I want to leave a legacy behind. I want niggas to know my name. Period. I worked. This is what I worked for. I sacrificed a marriage. I sacrificed, like I said, depression, lost my home, all that other shit for this music shit.
Mm.
So somebody just write me out,
Nah.
I'm not with that. Here I am, 54 years old, and still kicking, and still nice with it, and still getting opportunities, and people calling me for shit. Yeah, I got something to prove.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna prove that motherfucker too. I'm gonna prove that motherfucker. I guarantee you, when y'all hear this score in this soundtrack, I'm putting my foot against it.
Well, we're excited for it, man. When I was looking on your page and I saw, the stuff about the movie coming up, I sent it to Sincere right away, and it's like, oh wow, like I had no idea that he had filmed something before he passed. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's going to be
right.
really exciting, and we got your back too, man. So just so you know, we got your
Thank
back.
you.
We're pushing. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
And we wish you nothing but the best, man. I'm so happy that we kind of get to learn your history. You know what I mean? You have a very wealthy history, a legacy.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even though you're just pops, your kids
Yeah,
will
Pop.
your kids will know, man. Your
Yeah,
kids
that's
will
my
know.
nickname. I like that, Pops, because that's
Pops.
what these little niggas call me here, these little motherfuckers. Pops. I fuck with that, but thank y'all, man. Like, and I really appreciate y'all. Like, and I gotta give a quick shout out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and I don't know how to go, but my man Mav Hoffa, right?
Mm.
That's my nigga, son.
I was gonna give him a shout out a little earlier, but I was gonna wait till now because honestly speaking, I was scrolling through YouTube and saw like what was it? Maybe like a 10-minute, like he puts them out in clips.
Yeah,
So I saw like a 10-minute, 13-minute clip.
it's different clip,
And
right?
right. But I saw one, you were on it, obviously. And again, I didn't know who you were. I didn't recognize, like, who is this? And I forgot what the title said. Whatever it was, I clicked on it and I started listening. And immediately I was hooked. I was like, who is this guy? I need to find out. I started looking you up. I sent it to Sincere, and we were like, man, we would love to speak to this gentleman.
Good.
So shout out to Math Hoffa, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in on your shout out, but I just wanted to
No,
also
that's good
send it
because
from us, from us to him as well.
right, like, and the crazy thing is, see, there's so much about me that's crazy. We are from New York, or we are from
I'm New York. I'm out in Long Island.
uh,
I'm from
Sincere.
Indiana.
Indiana. I love Indiana. I got a ill ass artist out there. I forgot his name. Indiana. This nigga's crazy. He's crazy. I actually got a record for him going on the thing. I gotta remember his name. I'll let you know, guy. I'm gonna ask
Okay,
you about
absolutely.
that.
All right.
But I owned a studio in the Bronx in 2013, where that's how I got into the video and film shit. Because Love and Hip Hop was renting me out. It was over in the back streets of the Bronx on 135th and Brooklyn Expressway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people came through there, and that shit like took me to some other shit too. But Math, that's where I met Math at.
Okay.
And me and Math been tight ever since.
Mm.
So I was coming to New York to work on the Dogman soundtrack with Antonio. Math said, yo, you in New York, nigga? I said, yeah, nigga. He said, man, you gotta get on the show. Just cause he my nigga.
Yeah.
I didn't know that show was going to turn into all this other shit.
Man,
But
yeah,
right now, I'm just telling my truth. And I'm going to say this too. I'm being very civilized about the situation. But at the end of the day, if I was lying, somebody would come out and say I'm lying.
of course. Of course.
Nobody came out
Nobody's
yet.
saying nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
And if they do, is they're going to come out because they're trying to plan on how to refute. But nigga, this shit official. Like I'm A1, man. It ain't in God body to lie. I don't have to lie. Like this the shit that happened to me is my truth is and I got witnesses for every last thing. Like I was on a clubhouse the other day doing a clubhouse Cadillac Tie,
Mm-hmm.
which was one of Earth's artists.
Yeah.
Jumped on the clubhouse like, yo, everything this nigga saying is official.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm now here clout chasing. I ain't even trying to. Like I said, Mav just said, "Yo, come on my show," and I just can't. I didn't come on the. You
Just
know
on
what
the
I'm saying? I'm
humble, yeah.
drinking. I'm just drinking and talking like I'm doing now, drinking and talking.
Right.
If you ask
Right.
me a question, I'm gonna tell my truth. I'm not gonna lie on nobody. Like I don't get no points from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Well,
So
like I said, we we're not so much. I mean, we like to put the stories out there, right? That's what we like to do. As you can see, we didn't really like get and try to dig in about Irv,
I love y'all.
you know what I
Let
mean?
me
But
tell y'all that now. I don't mean to cut you off.
that's
I
all right.
love how y'all handle this because this is the first time nobody really went in, tried to go into that. You just trying to find out
We
what
want to.
I'm doing or
Yes, sir.
what my
Right.
story. And I
Yes, sir.
Right.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
really
No doubt.
appreciate that. Because
So
there's a
that
lot to me. There's a lot to me that I'm trying to show outside of that because that's not my whole shit.
exactly.
I really don't give a fuck about that herb shit. I really don't give two fucks.
Nah.
Like what I got
Right.
going on now is way better than that. I own a jet ski business here in Miami. Like I got other shit happening. You know what I'm saying? And the shit's
Nice.
doing good. Like I don't give a fuck about that whole earth shit. That's just the past.
Yeah.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Right.
What I'm
Yeah,
doing
no
now, I
doubt.
think, is more imperative. I'm in the cryptos. I'm in the NFTs. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the crypto corridor here in Miami. I'm dealing with the fucking president of the crypto corridor here. Like, I'm just trying to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all for keeping everything to that. You know what I'm saying?
No question,
Absolutely.
no doubt, man. So, listen, if you have any last words, let the people know where they can find you at, where they can follow you on social media, all of that stuff.
All right. Just keep a lookout for the dog man shit. You see, I smile big when that shit. I know I got some shit. I got some shit in the cut so crazy. But the dog man shit, my Instagram is super producer self, all one word. My Twitter is Mr. Service, MRSERVICE. Facebook, they don't let you put the name no more, so my government's there is Edward Henson or Self Jackson.
Mhm.
Facebook/Self Jackson. And ELPD Media, ELPD TV. February, we going back live, 24-hour a day TV network station. I send out links, or you can just go to my website. It'll be right there on the first front page. And that's it. And I appreciate you gentlemen like so much for this, man.
Man, thank you.
Thank
We
you for the
appreciate you.
opportunity.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll stay in touch, man. Like I said, we'll try to keep an eye out for everything you're doing. Whatever's coming out, we'll make sure to, help push that as well. So yeah, but we're here, man. We're here, and
Salute.
we're 100% rooting for everything that comes your way.
All right. Peace to the
Absolutely.
gods. Peace to the
Peace to
gods.
the God.
Peace,
Thank you.
God.
Thank you for the
Peace.
opportunity. All right.